Aaron and Tiny here, Pax East 2017. I'm here with Sepp or Sebastian. We're talking about Snake Pass. Tell us about Snake Pass, Sepp.
Snake Pass is a physics-based platforming game where you control a snake, and it's all about thinking and moving like a snake. You puzzle your way through levels, climb constructions, and slither your way to the final.
Okay. Who came up with the idea for a game involving snakes and physics?
It actually is a coincidence, sort of, because I come from Little Big Planet 3. I worked on Little Big Planet 3 before this game, and I was asked to move on to Crackdown 3, which is an Unreal-based game. And they gave me 2 weeks to learn Unreal. And in those 2 weeks, I decided to make a rope that would swing when the player touches it. Something really simple, just a challenge, like to see if I could. And while I was making this, I forgot to attach the rope to the ceiling. And when I saw it fall in this really nice, physical, smooth shape, I thought, wow, there's a game there. I can do something with this.
Okay.
So I started to make this rope controllable. And I also have a background in biology. I actually have a master's in biology. So the step to making it a snake was very logical, because during uni I actually had 2 pet snakes, so I spent many hours watching TV with the snakes crawling through my fingers. So I was I knew quite a bit about how a snake uses its muscles to get around.
I was going to ask you about if you had an affinity for snakes. Clearly you do.
Yes.
Does the snake in this game have a name?
Yes, it's called Noodle.
Noodle, okay.
And his little hummingbird friend is called Doodle.
Noodle and Doodle.
Noodle and Doodle.
Noodle and Doodle. And there's no chance of one eating the other, right? That they're friends.
No, they're friends. Yeah.
Okay.
You started in level 3, so most of the introduction has already been done at this point.
Okay. So the game is level based?
Yes.
Okay. So and each level is somewhat of a contained area. So you have a set of objectives. What are the objectives like in the game?
There's 15 levels, and each of the levels has the same objective, which is restore the gate at the end of the level. So you're trying to get to the top of the mountain using Snake Pass, and normally you can just use these portals to get to the top, but something or someone has removed the keystones from the portals, which is stopping you from getting to your friends on the top. So your mission in every level is to find the 3 keystones, put them back in the gate, and unlock the Snake Path.
Okay.
Back to the top.
So because you said the demo that we played today is level 3, there is an antagonist in the game.
Yes.
Who is another animal, I'm assuming?
Yes.
Okay.
I don't want to say too much about that.
Understood.
Yeah.
When you were setting up the booth here, I see you have a lot of plastic inflatable snakes.
Yes.
Was there ever concern about people who have a fear of snakes?
Oh yeah, very much so. We've iterated the snake head especially about 3 or 4 times, or 4 or 5 times actually. Initially it looked kind of realistic, and because the motion and the movement of the snake is already very realistic.
It is.
A lot of the early feedback we got from people was that they liked it, but they were kind of creeped out by it, and they then wouldn't want to play it because of that. So we took that really to heart, and we worked many iterations, and many concept artists went through different versions of the head to try to make like the most insanely cute and harmless snake face possible.
Yeah,
and that's how we ended up with Noodle's face.
It is pretty harmless.
Yeah.
I don't think he would try to bite anybody. And I see it's coming out on a variety of platforms.
Yeah, it's coming out on PlayStation 4, Xbox One, Steam, and Switch.
All at the same time?
All at the same time, March
Nice.
28th.
So you've been in on the Switch information for quite some time then.
Yes.
How did that happen?
I think it actually happened. The initial setup for it probably happened on EGX Rest, which is a sort of an indie event in London that we did in April last year, where we first showed the game to the world. And after that, we got lots of people approaching us, and one of those was like a party from Nintendo, and they were very interested from that point. So we stayed in close touch with them, and yeah, when we realized that Unreal, because this game is made in Unreal 4, and when we realized that Switch would be able to easily be ported, it would be easy for a Switch to play Unreal 4 games. We got in touch with Nintendo and started working with them, and started working with Unreal to make that actually happen. So This is actually going to be the first, as far as I know, and anyway, I think that's true, the first Unreal-based game that's going to go out on Switch.
So is there any content that's exclusive to any particular platform, or is it the same game across the board?
It's the same game across the board. Well, there's obviously little tweaks here and there in the visuals and some. I think Switch currently does not support online leaderboards yet, so that's a feature that won't be in the Switch version, but it will be in all the other ones.
Okay.
Because after you complete a level, you can redo the level in the speedrun mode, and that's has global leaderboards. So.
You can still do it on Switch. You just won't know how good or bad you are compared to other people.
Yeah, indeed.
The game it's very bright. It's very striking. I'm glad that 3D platform-ish games are having some sort of a renaissance because they got ignored for a little while. This is nice.
Yeah. I personally grew up with this type of game. Like I love the memories I have of Donkey Kong and Spyro and Banjo-Kazooie, and there's such a positive, happy memories I have of those. And every time I look on the store to buy a game, because I'm still a hardcore gamer myself, I game a lot, and when I want to buy something, that's still sort of the type of feeling that I'm trying to find again. And that's just in the last few years, it's all grays and browns and greens and bloody and violence. And when I got the chance to work on a game of my own, I just wanted to be like one of those happy ones.
I see Tiny's here showing off is doing better than I did when I played, but that's okay though.
Yeah, so that it's easy to pick up, but there's really a lot of depth to the control, and there's lots of little tricks and nuances that you'll pick up as you play. And before you know it, you'll be snaking like a pro.
So what does the left trigger do? Right kind of propels you forward.
Yeah.
Why has Doodle pick up your tail to help you? What does the left trigger do?
We call it grip, and what it does is all the points of your body that are currently in contact with something will try to stay in place.
It's a leveraging thing. Okay, I got it.
So it's like a brake, and I personally use it probably most as a panic button. Whenever I feel like I'm losing control or I'm moving away too far from the thing I'm climbing, if you then hold the left trigger, it will sort of constrict him and he'll stay in place and you can get closer to the thing you're climbing again. It's kind of hard to explain in words, but once you're climbing and you use it, you'll realize, okay, that's what it does.
I feel like I probably should have used that more when I was playing through the demo.
Yeah,
but
it's a completely new control scheme, and there's quite a few buttons for you to get used to. So in this level, you don't really need it that much. In the later levels, you will definitely need a lot of gripping, especially to stay on moving things, because in the later levels, you'll interact a lot with moving contraptions.
And this is strictly a single-player affair?
Yes, at the moment, it's strictly single-player, yeah. We are looking at maybe adding some multiplayer in the future, but at the moment that's not in there.
Well, the game looks great. It controls well. It was a lot of fun.
Thank you.
Thank you for your time.
Thank you.